I had a exchange student living at my house when I was in grade 4. He was really good friends with Jacob and Matt, and Matt was in drum lessons, and Jacob was in guitar lessons. So they were looking for a singer, and then Stefan said that he heard me singing in the shower a lot, and then introduced us. And yeah, dude, we started playing Green Day covers and Blink-182 covers in Matt's parents' basement.
I can meet you around sundown, but we gotta promise to keep it all on the hush now. Well, maybe, baby, it could be the calm down, causing the paranoia, but I can't afford for Polly to repeat any of the dirty little secrets we keep. Can I have a little leeway? Been up about 3 days, and you can have a hoodie as a keepsake. 'Cause lately days seem colder than usual. I'm warming up and getting used to you. Well, maybe we should pause it, 'cause lady, if you want it, you're gonna be waiting on it.
I'm Eric Chen, and you're listening to Inlet Wire, your direct line to BC artists. In this episode, I've got Shea and Alex from the Shindigs, a 5-piece indie rock band from Nanaimo. We talked about how a childhood basement band slowly becomes something more serious, and how friendship still sits at the center of it.
We've been jamming now for a few years, but most of us go like way back. Me and our drummer and guitar player started our first band when we were like 10 and 11 in elementary school, and then Peabody here, I met him in high school, and our bass player Tev, he went to our high school as well. So yeah, we go way back. But as the Shindigs, we've been playing for only a couple years now, I'd say.
Just about 3 years now, which is wild because it feels like it's been forever.
Yeah,
like I said, we've been playing music together for a really long time, but actually, you know, formally playing as the Shindigs, doing shows and selling merch and making songs and all that stuff. Yeah, about 3 years, I guess.
The story of the Shindigs goes way back. And funny enough, it all started because of an exchange student.
I had a exchange student living at my house when I was in grade 4, Stefan Kim. He was this Korean kid. He's fucking hilarious, man. He was like one of the funniest dudes I knew I've ever met. But he was really good friends with Jacob and Matt, and I guess they wanted to start a band because they were playing rock band, and Matt was in drum lessons and Jacob was in guitar lessons. So they were looking for a singer, and then Stefan said that he heard me singing in the shower a lot, and then introduced us. And yeah, dude, we started playing Green Day covers and Blink-182 covers in Matt's parents' basement. So fucking God bless him for putting up with us for years, because it took a long time for us to be half decent. But yeah, no, we've been buddies since we were like little kids. And no, it makes all this way more fun when you're doing it with your best buddies, you know what I mean?
Play with fire, burn alive. Under covers, out of sight. Keep it away from bright eyes. Play with fire.
Before the Shindigs became a real band, that friendship was already there, and it still shapes how they think about the band now.
Well, I can speak from my perspective. I think that we've always kind of kept at the forefront that you know, you have to enjoy doing it, and then we really try and make fun be the driving motivator for why we're making music. But I also think that as we've evolved and as our, you know, hopefully our music has gotten a little better, but certainly we've gotten tighter as a band and are just a little bit more refined in all aspects of being a band. You know, there's an air of more seriousness to it, but it's all rooted in friendship. And, you know, when people ask me about the band, I always say that we're friends first and then bandmates second. And I think that really is, you know, a big driving force in our creative process. And I don't know, I think it's a really valuable thing.
That friendship also changed the way the songs started coming together.
Yeah, well, me and Alex, like, we started hanging out when we were probably like 16, 17 or whatever, and you were just picking up the guitar at that point. I was overplaying in bands, and me and him were hanging out, and he was like, hey, well, I've written these few like kind of riffs and shit. You want to try and write a song? And then that was actually the first like one of the first songs on our first record. Fight or Flight was on there. Secondhand Chapstick was another one of the first ones that we wrote together. And that's kind of what our first EP is like pretty much 7 songs that me and Alex wrote before we had the idea of the Shindigs, and we're like, well, if we don't release them now, they're never getting released. Yeah. So
shout out to Jacob, though. He did write Broken Hands. Just
true,
for the record.
True.
For the record.
yeah, shout out. Represent.
But absolutely, and I think that as we've evolved and the writing process has become more of a 5-way collaboration, and we've just kind of built off of what we've built from the start. It's gotten better and better, and yeah, I don't know. It's good, man. We're stoked.
As more of the band started shaping the songs, the sound opened up too.
We all pull influences from like different sounds, so we all grew up on kind of different tastes in that, and that's kind of the beautiful thing about writing as a 5-piece is what my ear might jump to right away is not what our bassist Tev's would or Jacob's, or we all kind of and the fact that we're quite good with communication and just being able to try things out and like, okay, well, let's give it a spin. If we don't like it, then we don't have to use it, but let's at least give it 100% of a go. It makes it a lot better, and we kind of have allowed that to make our sound a bit more of a fusion between all of our styles rather than it being like kind of we're this kind of band or this sort of thing. Like, you can listen to 4 of our songs and they don't really sound the same, but they sound like the Shindigs, if you know what I mean. And that's something that I'm really proud of, because it kind of, it allows you to not get bored. If you're just like, we're a surf rock band and all you do is surf rock, or we're I don't know, like an indie pop band and all you do is that sort of thing, like I feel like it can get stale. But the fact that like we can write one song that's like kind of heavy punk influence and then another one that's like complete, I don't know, like beach soft rock sort of stuff, it allows it to stay interesting.
We've been growing more comfortable in our sound and feeling like, we're really coming into our own with the newest music that we've been writing. So I'm really excited for, the opportunity to share that stuff.
One song that shows the process is Snowball. It did not come together all at once.
Like, for instance, Snowball, which is a song that we have released, that was one that we chipped away at for a while, where it was like, it just wasn't feeling right, and we kept on trying new things, but it just never really, but we kept circling back to it, and then eventually it was just one of the minor changes unlocked something, and then we finished it within, like, I think a couple practices. It was like, oh, yeah. There we go, that's it.
Well, I've seen it all. The ground will freeze, the leaves will fall.
Another song came from something less technical and more about the feeling in the room.
It's called Feeling the Love, like how much love we felt at our first show at the Queens. We saw so many people that, like, I don't know, I hadn't seen since high school, or it was like a friend's mom was in the crowd, and I was like, whoa, yeah, I haven't seen you since I was like 11. And we had so many people come through and showed us a lot of love that night. And when we were just kind of like sitting at the next practice talking about like how amazing that all felt, we ended up writing that song like during that session. So it's one that definitely means a lot to us.
That feeling did not just stay in the songs, it also changed once the band started playing bigger rooms, opening for Cameron Whitcomb on a run of sold-out shows, including the Commodore Ballroom in Vancouver.
For everyone's sake, I think it made us re-look at our performance on stage, certainly how we handle ourselves, and you just get so charged up by the amount of people in a room like that. I mean, it's definitely worth noting, like, we were incredibly fortunate to be playing sold out venues, every single one of those venues we went into. So, a completely rare experience, I think, to have that, but to have the amount of energy that the fans and that the crowds were giving us, again, not our fans, Cam's fans, were giving us, was incredible. And I think for me, it definitely made me, just change how I thought I could perform, right?
And those shows gave them something they could carry back into smaller, harder rooms too.
I think what it really did for us was like proved to each other and ourselves that we can do it in front of a room that size, and that allowed us to move with the confidence into these smaller shows where, like, sometimes they don't go your way, man, or like sometimes you're playing and there's a big window and it's still light outside and people haven't had their drinks yet, and it's a little like the room is kind of a weird vibe or whatever, and it's like, as long as you can back yourself going like, no, I believe in what we're doing because I saw it work in that sort of circumstance. And it at least gives you the confidence to, in your own product as well, and in your own art, when it gets a little harder in these smaller rooms, that like you can kind of control it a little bit better. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but
at least control the emotion, I think, around, what it feels like to play in a room that might not be the best show you've ever played, right? Like, those are going to happen, and having the ability to, play for each other, I think is something we talk about a lot.
I lose my way and try to retrace my steps, find a place where I can embrace what's next. I'm losing interest in small talk, bullshit conversations, on to the next one. But every time I chime in, my words fade to echoes, fall short, but at least I gave it my best go. Time that I let go.
That also changed how they think about the live set itself.
Like, a live show isn't just about like how cool your songs are. It's also about how you keep a room engaged the entire time and transition from song to song and where to place a song in a set. So it's more of a like a performance rather than like a presentation of songs. It's more of like a one. It's you're putting on a show rather than like a here's a song, thank you, and here's another song. So that's been something that I definitely have thought more of in our set, and I can echo the same sentiment from the other guys. Is we're really trying to evolve our live set to make it more of a more of a show rather than like a performance of the songs, you know.
Fuck, that ain't no reason to be uptight. Although I may been beaten, I'll win this fight. Fight or flight. I'm running.
For all the ways the Shindigs are learning to take the band more seriously, the thing holding it together still sounds pretty simple.
Touring it's for real just a bunch of man-child fucking dudes, and like we
It's a week-long sleepover with your friends.
it is. It's so sick. Like we're obviously not living lavish enough for us to all have our own hotel rooms. So a lot of the times we're staying in a hotel room with two queens, and then we're pulling straws to see who gets the camping mat on the floor. So we've gotten pretty used to being in tight quarters with each other. And no, man, it's just shits and giggles, good times. We're all like I said, we're all fucking buddies. So we're just ragging on each other the whole time, and it allows it to. Yeah, obviously we're trying to be serious with what we're doing here. We want to make this work. We're putting in the hard yards to try and make that happen, but we're also just five idiot friends that like to shit on each other and like to laugh. So it allows it to take a little bit of that like pressure off.
And that's the Shindigs. You can find their music and all the links you need in the show notes or at inletwire.com. I'm Eric Chen, and you've been listening to Inlet Wire, your direct line to BC artists.